Darlene. Oh, you're at work. That's so cool. Oh, I wonder if it's your last day. But I'm happy you're here, girl. And let's see, got a few more minutes, just a few more minutes. Nice to have you. Da 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 da. Good. Perfect. Welcome, dear yogis. Um, Happy Thursday. It's a gorgeous day. Been out running around all day, so I'm really grateful to get home and be on my mat. This nice evening practice, just keeping it mellow, keeping it, um, gentle, and just always reminding you can take this deeper if you like, right? You can always add a downward dog or a flow in. You can hold a plank. You can do whatever feels right to you, most importantly. So if you want to make it more, then do. And if you want to back off, then do. It's intentionally meant to be about just sort of letting the crazies, the running around of the day, letting it go, and also just kind of taking in the day, right? So often we're just always in a place of go, go, go. Especially I know for myself I am. And then there isn't time to sort of sit back and reflect. So sometimes that's, this can be an opportunity to do that too. And so as we get going tonight, I'm going to move back to my mat. I have 2 blankets and I have 2 blocks just available to me in case we use them. See how you feel, see what you need. Perfect. So you can sit up onto those blankets and just spread the sit bones slightly, whatever feels right. And I'm sitting again in that seat of Sukhasana where my legs are crossed. I really do encourage you, you don't have to take this too deep. You can open up the cross a little bit, or you can move into whatever shape feels right for these hips, for these knees, for this lower back. So find what's right for you. Shift around. And then bring these palms down onto the knees, just giving us that space to sit into it, to ground ourselves, right? And to, again, just maybe a little reflection into this day. So as you just settle, just notice the thoughts running through your head. Maybe even reflect on what you did today. And then allow yourself to let that go, right? So kind of moving into this presence of the moment of here and now. And just noticing as you do that, that mind will over and over again draw us away. It'll just keep drawing us away. And our job here, just bringing it back with loving kindness, compassion. Just let that be part of your practice. Everything you do, everything you move into tonight, let it be with loving kindness and ease. And just let the day slip off of you now. So we've reflected the day. And then just let it slip away, right? And come into this present moment right here, right now. Letting those shoulders melt away from the ears and feeling a little bit more length into that neck. Lifting that pelvic floor just a little bit more to have some space into the hips. Take your breath, just breathe in and breathe out. No particular way, just notice how it feels. Just allow yourself to settle in. And then even more to let the day go, we're gonna take that nice inhale, fill up through the nose, open up out through the mouth, we're gonna exhale, back of throat. Inhale again, filling up. Exhale out, back of throat. One more. Inhale through the nose, out through the mouth, back of throat. And just let those lips gently close. Continue with the breath now, in and out through the nose. And that slight restriction into the back of the throat as we move into that pranayama, Ujjayi pranayama, that breath practice of breathing in, breathing out, with that narrowing into the back of the throat, kind of lifting of that kind of tongue a little bit. And breathing as if we're fogging up a mirror, but with our lips softly closed. Breathing in. Breathing out. And just noticing with this breath, the sound, the quality of the sound that comes with it. Notice this wave of breath as it softly fills you up and releases you out. And just feel that wave, that inhale. And that exhale. And just flow with it, the vibration that begins to build into the back of the throat, that kind of melts into the body. That sound focusing the mind, drawing us in. Take your breath here, inhales and exhales, just keep settling in. And every now and again you might notice that mind popping in to take you away. And just let it go. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then bringing these palms together at your heart center, this Anjali Mudra. And I love it. We kind of lengthen through the side body, root down, and lift our hearts. Palms pushing together gently, but there's a connection there that we can feel. Bow your head down. Bow yourself down and honor the space within. Right? Letting that day slip away as we return back to that presence of self. Good. One more breath. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take these hands, bring them down alongside us, and just giving these legs a little break, especially if you're in Sukhasana. Take the legs and then just switch them. So you might take and keep them along a little bit longer and then come back to your seat. Shift the sit bones. Yeah, good. And just feel the other side, probably your non-habitual side. Bring the hands down onto the knees. And we're just going to begin to rock side to side. So as you go over to the left or the right, doesn't matter. Feel the opposite hip. Feel the navel lifting in and up. Draw that in as you switch and head to the other direction. Again, either side, doesn't matter. And then come back through. Just a little bit of a movement now on your own, side to side, just to start. You might move the chin a little bit with it. Perfect. Good, and then come back up to neutral. And we're gonna take and bring this right shoulder across our body and kind of dip it down towards that left knee. So we're gonna letting our forehead melt down towards that left knee and just feel that space into the left side of the body. Sorry, yes, left side of the body, right side of the body. Take a breath there, inhale into that whole right edge of your body. One more breath. Now from here, lift the navel in and up. Tuck the chin in and up. Roll yourself up. Gaze back out in front as you take that left shoulder across the body, dipping it down towards your right knee. Rounding the spine. Gentle tuck of the chin. Lift of that navel in and up. And just pause there. Take the breath there. And again. And then lift the navel in and up. Tuck the chin as you roll yourself up. And then coming to the other side, one breath. Right shoulder across to the left knee. And roll up. Use the core. Left shoulder across towards that right knee. And roll up. Good. Other side, one more time. Tuck the chin, lift the navel, rolling up. And left shoulder, right knee. Tuck the chin as you arrive. And roll up. Beautiful. Gaze out in front. And from here, we're going to take these arms, reach them up to the sky. Get that nice stretch into the side body. Reach a little bit more. Bring the palms together and just pause here. So there's nothing forced here. There's that lifting of the navel in and up. The shoulders melting away from the ears. Palms just gently connecting. And then from here, take another breath. Inhale. Take that right hand across to the left knee, and left hand comes behind you. We're going to lift out of those back fingertips and get some length through that line of energy of the body. And then begin to twist from the navel to the ribs, to the shoulders, and then let that gaze softly go over that left shoulder. Breathing in, and breathing out. Nice little twist here, don't overdo. Again, it's evening practice, taking it where you want, but for me, kind of having you bring it onto the more gentle side. But again, you might go a little deeper, up to you. And then take this gaze over that right shoulder. It's very slow moving, kind of opening up that chest a little bit. That left shoulder drops back down, right, if it lifted up. Navel lifts in and up. Beautiful. And then ever so slowly, as the gaze goes back to neutral, the arms reach up to the sky. Get that breath. Inhale. Palms together. Exhale. And again. Take that breath. And then coming to the other side, that left hand begins slowly to come to that right knee. And that right hand begins to reach behind you. Yeah, slow. Fingertips melt into the earth as they help lift you up and lengthen. That belly draws in, and the twist begins at the waist, at the ribs, at the chest, at the shoulders. Breathe out over that right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. Again, just soften into it, taking it as deeply as you like. But again, I encourage maybe less deep. And then slow, take the gaze over that left shoulder. Notice how that feels, and then let the shoulders again melt away from the ears, maybe sitting a little taller. Belly draws in and up. And there's that beautiful twist, that openness of the heart maybe. Beautiful, one more breath. Love it. And then this time, just release, bringing the hands back through to center. And we're going to bring them down alongside. And one more time, we're just going to switch these legs. I'm just trying to keep it so that your knees don't get too like, ah, and then bring the opposite leg in front. So here we are again, right? So just back where we started. Shift the sit bones. Perfect. And then from here, just begin to reach these hands up to the sky. Palms together again. Exhale, lift the navel. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. From here, take a nice inhale, and we're going to move again. That right hand comes down onto the earth, and the left hand reaches up and over. So it doesn't need to be big. I don't want you collapsing into it, but see if you can take that left sit bone, root it down, and get that reach through the side of your body. Gaze can be out in front just to start. That top shoulder, melt it down away from the ears. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, maybe a little deeper. Inhale, maybe the gaze goes up for a moment. And exhale, maybe that gaze goes down. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. And then slow and controlled. We're going to take both arms, reach them back up to the sky. Take your time, palms together at the top. Pause here. Exhale down into your heart center, giving those shoulders a little rest, but also returning to that intention. Moving into space of kindness, releasing the day, letting go of any judgment. And then inhale, arms reach back up to the sky. Palms together softly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And here we're going to move. Inhale, gaze goes out in front, and that left arm comes down alongside you. Take a breath. Inhale, reach long, and then exhale into this twist. Into this stretch, side stretch, over to the left. And that right sit bone melts down into the earth. And again, it doesn't need to be huge. I want you to connect the sit bones to the earth. Feel that nice lengthening into the right side of the body. And then maybe you take a nice inhale and exhale deeper. And gaze might go up on an inhale, that bottom shoulder melted away. And then gaze might go down on an exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. One more breath. And that exhale. Oh my goodness. Take your breath. How they turn that on. And then as you come back out of this, we're just going to bring the hands back to our knees. And we're going to take a nice inhale, lift our chest, open up our hearts. And then tuck the tail, tuck the chin, round the spine behind you. Exhale. And pause here, please. Just breathe into the back of the body. There's that tuck of the tail, that lift of the belly button in and out. The backs of the shoulders getting a nice stretch. One more breath here. Beautiful. And then we're going to sit back up, and we're going to take and move to hands and knees, tabletop position. We'll revisit some seated positions in a little bit. Spread the fingers here. So really taking your time to let all of these fingers spread. And I just feel like lately just a nice little stretch into the palms. So you might lift the heels of the hands and then let those whole palms then sit down into that space. And then from here, we're going to take this right leg. We're going to reach it out behind us. Let me move my blankets. Curl the toes under and then lengthen that leg. Crown of head to heel of foot. Navel lifts in and up. And spread the collarbones. And open up that heart center. Take an inhale, just roll forward a little bit over those toes slightly. And then exhale back into that heel. Nice big stretch of the calf, especially after a big day. And then again, roll forward, navel lifts in and up. And exhale down into that heel. One more like that. Inhale, just rolling forward. Crown of head reaches out in front. Exhale down into that heel. A nice big stretch there. Come back. So shoulders over the wrist. Lift that right knee up. And then cross this right foot over the left so it's across the body. And then take an inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale. Take that twist, sort of gazing around to those toes. And you can always bring your forearm down or both forearms down. Just make it about you. Let the head go. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath here. The exhale is kind of reaching you maybe a little deeper. And then coming back, neutral. Lift the right leg, find that long spine again, and pause here. Maybe you play with taking that left arm forward. Just for 3 breaths. Focus the gaze, the hand can always come back down. 2 breaths. And 1 breath. Beautiful, bring that left hand down. Bring that right knee down. Curl the toes under, both toes, and lift to that cow pose. And then stay with the toes curled. Exhale into that cat, pushing out of the hands, breathing into the back of the body. Inhale, lift to that cow, keeping those toes curled under if it's okay with you. And exhale back into that cat. And again, inhale into that cow. Exhale, hollow out into that cat. Beautiful. Neutral spine here. Release the toes. We're going to take that left leg back, curl the toes under. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale into that heel. Inhale, just roll forward a little bit over the toes. And exhale, that nice stretch into the calf. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale again, back into that left calf. From here, inhale, shoulders come back over the wrist, nice neutral pose. And then lift that back leg, only to cross it over that right leg, that right foot. Curl the toes under. And then from here, I really encourage you to get some length into the waist. And then take your gaze around to the right, kind of looking over those toes. And remember, you can always bring the forearms down if your wrists and arms are getting tired. Just think about that whole left edge of your body. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then coming back slowly to neutral. And we're going to take this left leg. It's going to come behind us. And you might stay right here for 3 breaths. Or you might play with taking that right arm forward. Oh, I'm lucky. I have the wall here so I can help. So right arm forward for the balance. And again. Last breath. And then bring that right hand down, left knee down. And again, here we go. Curl the toes under so we get some nice stretch into those feet. Find your next inhale into that cow. Should feel good. Keep the toes curled if that's okay, and round into the cat, hollowing out that belly. 2 more. Inhale, lift to that cow. Exhale, hollowing out. Beautiful. Nice neutral spine here. And then from here, we're going to exhale into a downward facing dog. So you might leave a dog out if you don't want to do a dog. You can stay in that child's pose, move into that child's pose, or into a puppy dog pose, or just kind of move around in tabletop. But in this downward dog, if you're in that shape, just feel all the little tips of the fingers kind of cupping onto the earth, but especially that pointer finger and thumb, and a little bit of that external rotation at the shoulders. And then exhale softly down into the heels, creating length in the spine by softening the knees and then melting to the heels. Let the head go. Good. 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. Child's pose, downward facing dog. Good. 1 more. And then from here, we're going to slowly bring these knees back down to the earth. Keep the toes curled under and sit back towards the heels. So we're getting, again, end of day, nice little stretch into the feet. Maybe the forearms come down and let that head go. Maybe the arms stretch a little bit longer. Maybe you're that person that sits up onto the heels. That's up to you. Just honor your knees most importantly. Feel that space. Wherever you are, just move into that. So I'm going to go a little lower. So if you're sitting up, just stay with it. Breathing in. Massage a little bit. Breathing out. And again. Perfect. From here, very slowly, if you're sitting up on your heels, bring your hands down. And we're going to come back. Tabletop, curl the toes, and downward facing dog. Or puppy dog or child, again, all about you. Melt down into the heels. And again. Love it. From here, feet are going to come a little bit wider. So if you're in child's pose, you're going to shift a little bit. And we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. You can see I'm bending my knees quite a lot, so it doesn't have to be some crazy, big, awkward movement. And then as you arrive, feet stay a little bit wider. We're going to slide these hands up to the tops of the thighs and get that spine nice and long. Just feel the spine growing long. As you spread the sit bones behind you, crown of head in front, take a breath, inhale, and then slowly melt into it as you exhale. Breathing in and out here. I encourage, maybe take opposite elbows. Let yourself go, shift the weight, side to side. Breathing in, breathing out, noticing if you can let that neck go. So important. One more breath here. Take a nice inhale and let the arms go with the exhale. Slide to that half lift, hands to shins or fingertips to thighs. Melting again, melting forward. And then walking back out, downward facing dog. Or bring the knees down. Always these options. Breathing in, breathing out. 2 more breaths wherever you are. 1 more breath. Very slowly bringing these knees down to the earth if they're not already there. And we're going to take this right leg, itchy nose, reach it out behind you. Lift the chest and lift the leg. Open up that heart so shoulders move away from the ears. And then from here, I'm going to take this right knee to the nose just once underneath you. Get that nice stretch into the back again. And then take that right leg back again, opening up that heart. And then from here, step that right foot forward between the hands. So I'm going to just show you. You don't need to make it one big step. You can help that foot up. Yeah, and most importantly, just find your setup here. This might be where you bring in blocks underneath your hands. And just find that front foot, toes facing forward, the right knee tracking with it. And then from here, I want you just to take and let that head go. And kind of reach out of the fingertips, or if you have blocks there, tuck the tail slightly and just breathe into the back of that body. And again. And then from here, just inhale. Just lift the chest a little bit. Exhale, round back. Inhale, smaller movement than that cat-cow, but just notice there's that tuck and lift, back and forth. Last one. Love it. Now lengthen the spine. Slide the hands to the top of that right knee and just begin to lift yourself up. Focus your eyes. Doesn't need to be huge. Shoulders over the hips and melt them away from the ears. And then from here, take that left arm, sweep it up to the sky. Yeah, just get that nice stretch all along the left side of the body. Little tuck of the tail under, and you'll begin to feel that into that front hip, that psoas area, that hip flexor. And then just take this over to the right a little bit. Doesn't need to be big, right? Just feel that balance, that focus. You can always take that gaze up. That'll really change it. Or bring it out in front. One more breath. Beautiful. Coming back, getting that arm back in line. And then both hands come down either side of that right foot. And then from here, we're just going to walk that right foot forward a little bit. And then sit back, kind of lengthening that leg. And this is, again, where you can use all these props, whatever you have at home, books or jars of, pickles. Maybe not. I don't know. Cans of soup. Take another breath here. Just really stay connected. 2 more breaths. Right sit bone reaching back. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then from here, that right foot comes back down onto the earth, and you just find that alignment. And we're going to step back, and here's that option. Step back, downward dog, child's pose, puppy dog pose, whatever it is for you. Find your way there. You can always use the box and that downward dog. And the child, and the puppy dog, and the downward dog. We're all focusing just into the breath, into a sense of ease where we can. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. And from that dog, you can either step that left foot forward, or all of us come to our hands and knees. Good. Taking that left leg back a little bit. And then finding your way, stepping it through. So again, I'm just showing you how that could also look by helping that foot come forward. Setting it up, blocks can slide in and just lean in a little bit here. Yeah, shift around, make it yours. Find the shoulders, melt them away from the ears. Take a nice inhale, and then slowly just begin to let that head go. Push out of the hands a little bit. Slightly tuck of the tail, but really about the shoulder blades. 2 more breaths before we move. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to move. We're going to inhale. Just kind of lift that chest a little bit. Yeah, feel that space. And then a little smaller. Just exhale, tuck the chin, slightly tuck the tail. 2 more. Inhale, open up. Sweet exhale. Just breathe into the shoulder blades, slight tuck of the tail. Last one. Easeful, nice, even practice, right? Evening practice. Beautiful. Gaze goes back out in front. Slide the hands to the top of that left knee or thigh. And just slow, lift yourself up. Yeah, and you might find you need to adjust a little bit. Maybe for me, I need to slide that front foot back a little bit. Gaze out in front. Shoulders melt away from the ears. And we pause, right? So there's a little bit of effort here, but then we always ask, where can we come into that space of ease as well? There it is. We each find it in our own way. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Quiet into that. Yeah, and then from here, slow. Take a nice inhale, and it's small, remember. We're gonna exhale over to the left, just a little bit. There's a slight tuck of the tail, opening up those hip flexors. Good, take another breath. Gaze can always go up, but that really changes everything for a moment. Watch it, or keep it out in front. Beautiful. Now from here, I'm going to take this right arm, come back, nice and long neutral spine, and then hands come back down, maybe to the blocks, maybe to the earth. We're going to walk this left foot out a little bit, and then we're just going to kind of slide that left leg long. Half Hanumanasana, that monkey pose. And then just feel that left hip rolling back a little bit, and then take your breath here. Notice where you can where you end up gripping and kind of locking into by being too pushy, or you can soften slightly, keeping that alignment of the toes to the sky, and then let go. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. And again. Beautiful. And then as we do, we slowly bring that left foot back down onto the earth. And then here are those options, right? You can slide back to that downward facing dog, lifting yourself into it, hands on blocks or earth, or slide into that child's pose or that puppy dog pose a little bit higher. Make it about you. I'm going to do the downward dog with the blocks this time. And just again, wherever you are, let yourself go. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Navel lifts in and up if you're in that dog. There's this like kind of spreading of the sit bones. 1 more breath. Love it. Now, from here, if you're in that child's pose or puppy dog pose, we're going to slowly make our way to the front of the mat. So however you want to do that, kind of walking forward. Yeah. And then front of mat, find that half lift. Hands to shins or to thighs. Shoulders away from the ears. Take a breath. And then melt. Forward fold again. Head releases. Maybe opposite of elbows. If you took them last time, try switching. And just shift the weight a little bit from one foot to the other. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Take an inhale. And let those arms release on that exhale. Then from here, soften the knees, but lift the spine. Yeah, so lengthen the spine, lift the navel. And then we're going to sweep all the way out and up. Protect the spine by moving with this nice engaged core. And at the top, bring the palms together and pause. 2 breaths. Inhales. Exhales. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Find that next inhale and bring these palms down to your heart center as you exhale. So sweet. Good. Now, from here, we're going to take and come and long on our mat. So we're going to take and open up these feet, and the toes are going to face forward. So as they do, I want you to find some nice inner thigh energy and a little bit of that outer edge of the foot. So we're not collapsing inward is what I mean. And there's kind of a lifting of the inner arch. Yeah, perfect. Now, take these arms, reach them out to a T. Yeah. And see if you can have those palms facing down and really activate those hands. And then from here, we're going to turn those right toes out and move into this warrior 2. Good. So as you find this warrior 2, that right knee is over that ankle, right? You can kind of see that 90 degree. And those back toes, they're at 90 degree as well. So they're not facing behind me and they're not overly facing forward. There's a little tuck of the tail and openness of the heart. Take another breath. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to take these arms, reach them long, stretch that body long as you lengthen the front leg, palms together for a moment. Inhale. And then exhale back to that warrior 2. Again, like that. Inhale, lengthen through the whole body, navel lifts in and up. And exhale, warrior 2. Last one. Inhale, lengthen, lift the belly in and up. Beautiful. Exhale, warrior 2. You got it. Now take this front forearm, bring it down onto the top of that thigh or that hand onto that thigh. And this back arm, reach it to the sky, open up, lift the navel, in and up, open up that chest. Take another breath. Good, 1 more. Remember how this feels. Beautiful, and then slowly come back up, warrior 2. Exhale. From here, take that front leg, lengthen it again, arms stay in that T, and we're going to just shift forward a little bit. So there's a little shift of the hips. And we're going to bring this right hand down to sort of that inner leg, or you can always slide a block down if you're going to go that deep. And we're going to kind of lift the front of the body, and that back arm reaches for the sky. And just feel here, don't need to go so low and then collapse into it. I'd rather see you stay a little higher, tuck the tail, open the heart. Gaze can be down, out in front, or up to the sky. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Bend that front knee back to that warrior 2. And then from here, keep the arms at a T. Turn that back foot in. Hands come to your hips. And those arms get a little break there. And then from here, inhale, just lengthening through the side body. And then begin to hinge forward as you exhale. Take your time, no rush, and hands can melt to the earth, or you might kind of find those blocks and place them under the hands. And feel free to shift the feet, right? So maybe they come a little bit wider, and then we drape into it. 2 more breaths. Exhale is really taking you deeper by letting that mind go. 1 more breath. I lied, just added another one in. Felt so good. Beautiful. And then from here, come to that half lift. So crown of head reaches forward, tail reaches behind. And then really engage that core. Bring the hands to the hip crease, eyes open, slow to come back up. Beautiful. Inhale. Find that balance as you exhale. Good. And then we're going to come to the other side. So taking those left toes, turning them out, and bending into that knee. So you might find your stance got a little longer, so always feel free to bring that back foot in. Remembering those toes are at 90 degrees. Place right knee over the ankle. And then take the arms to that warrior two. Breathe in and breathe out. Tuck the tail a little bit, just pause into this space, yeah? Coming back into our bodies. One more breath. Perfect, and now we get some ease here. So that front leg lengthens, the arms reach up to the sky, pause with the palms coming together. And then exhale, back warrior two. Two more like that. Palms together. And exhale, warrior two. One more. Lengthening that front leg through the side body. And then warrior two as you exhale. Good. And then from here, we come into that side stretch, just a preparation for that triangle. So that front hand can either find that top of that knee, or you might find that forearm slides down. And this top arm, reach it for the sky, but feel that you're tucking that tail open, and there's this lifting at the waist as the heart opens. Take your breath there, watch your balance, and if it's too much, just bring that hand down. One more breath. Perfect. Now slow. We're going to come back. Use the core, root to rise, back to that warrior two. And then lengthen this front leg, really kind of zipping up through the body. Shift the fingertips forward slightly, and then slide into triangle pose. And again, you can go really deep if that's your thing, or you can stay a little higher tonight and just feel the dynamics of the pose. The sit bones tucking under. Yeah, there's a nice stretch into the waist, some energy up that front leg. Maybe the gaze goes up. Maybe it's down. Maybe it's at neutral. Whatever's right for you. One more breath. Perfect. And then we're going to travel back. Warrior two. One more time. We're going to take and turn that foot in. So we're in that wide stance. Hands come to the waist, giving those arms a little rest, well needed. And then from here, we're just going to heel toe these feet back underneath us. Good. And then moving back to the front of our mats. Just standing in that Tadasana. Feel that earth underneath you, this space, this evening, as you let that kind of day strip off of you. My heart opens. And just feel your wholeness, right? Feel everything right here, right now. One more breath. Beautiful. And then we're going to move. We're going to bring this down and do some work on the floor. Palms together at your heart center. And sweep the arms up to the sky. And then soften the knees, lift the navel, and fold forward without collapsing. Take your time. Maybe you find those blocks if they're right there. Take that half lift, grow long. And then from here, step back, downward facing dog. Yeah, and I have those blocks, which is really nice to get a little more length through the spine. And you might go right into that child or puppy dog. And same thing, we're just finding the breath. We're all moving there, so don't be shy. And just let the day slip away as you just come into this present moment. Keep it feeling good. One more breath here. I love it. And then ever so slowly, if you're in that dog, bring the knees down. And we're all going to pause into that child's pose. Knees can come wide if you're not already there. And just let yourself go, right? How did you do, right? How did you do with letting the day slip away? Being present through this practice. Again, you can always begin again, right here, right now. Just refocusing to the breath, the goodness. One more breath. And then coming back up, seated position. Just a little bit of leg work here before we come down onto our backs. So we're going to start into that Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together. And remember, you can always slide a blanket or a towel back in, whatever it is. Shift the sit bones a little bit. Yeah. And then just feel as you lengthen. Take an inhale, let the knees melt with the exhale. Good. Heart opens here. And then very slowly begin to fold into this. So again, it doesn't need to be big, doesn't need to be pushy. Just staying a little bit more length into the spine, and then let yourself kind of find that place where gravity can take the rest of the pose, or not, right? Move it. This cat, he wants to get all that fur in my nose. So just let yourself go. Just take a few breaths here, right? Soft, kind of like that standing forward fold that we did. See if you can just let each breath, each exhale, take you into a space that's new. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Feels so good. And then tuck the chin, tuck the tail, lift the belly button in and up, and just roll yourself up. Beautiful. Shoulders over the hips. We're going to take that right leg long, left foot to the inside of that leg. If you can even see me in the camera. I'm going to take a block and place it under my left knee, just to support it a little bit, just to support my knee and that hip. And then from here, we're just going to turn the torso over that left knee, that left leg a little bit. I'm going to bring that left hand to my waist. The toes on that right leg are to the sky, and then just going to slide over. So look, I'm keeping my shoulders as much as I can, not forced, stacked over each other, lifting the belly in and up, and just taking this nice side stretch here, another one. You should feel it, yeah, in the leg, in the waist, in the spine, and then maybe that back arm begins to sweep up to the sky, pause there. And then have it reach over. And again, just like when we began, it doesn't need to be huge. If your body, if your practice takes you all the way into this pose, then go for it. I'm definitely teaching the gentle version. Navel lifts in and up, heart opens. Yeah. Teaching that gentle version so we can just really connect, really feel, and let go for this day. 1 more breath. Love it. And then slowly, that top arm is going to come down alongside your body a little bit, and this right arm is going to find that knee. Take a breath, lengthen, and then from here, take a little bit of a twist, but then let the head dip a little bit. Good. Just feel that space. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more breath. Good. And then coming to the other side, so if we lift up, and we're just going to switch. I'm going to bring that block with me, extending that left leg out to the side, right foot, softly into the inner leg. Slide that block underneath for that nice support of the hip, the knee. We'll just sit tall for a moment, and then toes on that left leg to the sky, and then slow, just begin to turn this torso over that right knee. We're going to take that left hand to the inside of that leg, this right hand to the hip, and as you keep a little bit more twist, the shoulders are kind of in line with each other, and then just begin to slide down that leg a little bit. Doesn't need to be huge. Keep lengthening through the spine as you take that side stretch. 2 more breaths, sorry. 1 more breath. And then take this back arm, this right arm, sweep it up. And you might stay there or just reach it a little bit over. And again, if you feel like going deeper, you can. But again, it's still pretty deep for me. If you've got that navel lifting in and up, that heart open, it's a pretty deep stretch already. 1 more breath. Good. Lift the belly in and up just to support the movement. And that right hand comes down alongside you, a little bit behind you. And this left hand begins to come around, finding that right knee. Take an inhale, lift and grow long, and then begin to twist as you exhale. And then just let the chin dip a little bit and breathe into the back of the body. 2 more breaths here. And again. Feels Feels so nice. Nice stretch into the back, the shoulders, the neck. And then ever so slowly coming back up. And then coming back to neutral. One more little leg stretch here. I was going to use my blankets. I was going to roll it up and slide it behind my knees, but since my fat kitten cat is sitting on it, I'm going to use my blocks instead. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of support behind my knees. And I'm going to extend the legs long. Toes are up to the sky. And a little bit of shift to the sit bones. So I'll find that length. And then again, we're going to hinge a little bit, but more by reaching long into the spine. And then just bring the hands, let them kind of like float down the legs a little bit. Again, evening practice, easeful. We don't have to go into a space of judgment, of negativity. Just notice each breath, taking about 5 more breaths here. And you melt into it. Inhales and exhales. Just notice the expansion, the release. 2 more. And again. Oh, just 1 more because it feels really good. Perfect. Now from here, lift the belly button in and up to support it, and then tuck the chin. We're just rolling ourselves up. Really nice. Heart opens at the top, and then I'm going to slide these blocks and get rid of them. And we're going to make our way down onto our back. So however that is for you, just find your way onto your back. But be really careful, right? From that forward fold, now we're coming down. Let the knees bend, the feet on the earth. Let that spine lengthen. Let the shoulder blades have some space between them as well. And then just pause here. I like to bring my feet a little bit wider and the knees together, coming into constructive rest. But again, this really depends on your hips and how it feels to you. So if that shape, I'm going to just show you a little bit wider, knees together. If that doesn't feel right, then just separate them. No big deal. We're looking to gain a little space into the lower back, and with the feet wide and a little soft into the knees, you're going to find that any which way. And just pause. Breathing in, breathing out. And again. And just let yourself, your body, let it drop into this earth as we begin this kind of journey into Shavasana. We're going to do a few more poses, so we're just kind of easily dropping down into the earth. Beautiful. Now, keeping these feet wide, so almost to the edge of the mat. And if you're a much taller person, you might even be off the mat. And if you're smaller, you might have the feet a little closer together, right? Now we're going to take the knees. I'm going to take mine to the left. You can take them whatever way feels right. That top hip, we're kind of reaching into that hip flexor, that quad. And that left arm, maybe it's out to a T if that feels good. And this right arm can be out to a T, or if that is too much on your shoulder, just bring that palm onto your ribcage. And just breathe. You can always take the gaze over the opposite shoulder. Oh my goodness. And just take a few breaths here. I want you just to feel a nice space coming into the hips, but not with force, really just letting gravity take your body right now. Follow the breath, just listen to the breath. One more breath. And then very slowly from here, we're just going to bring these feet back to the earth, the knees back in. And you might find that neutral spine again, shifting everything slightly, feet are wide. And then take the knees over to the right. Feet come wide, right? I want those feet wide so that there's space to kind of breathe into that whole opposite side of the body. So again, I'm going to the right. If that's what you did last time, switch, go the other way. What are you doing? And again, these arms might come out to a T. You might bring that hand onto the ribs if it feels too much in the shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. Just let it go. Let gravity take the shape. Two more breaths. One more breath. Perfect. And then very slowly again, we're going to bring these feet back onto the earth. Knees come up. Feet come back underneath the knees. And we're going to draw those knees into our chest. Give them a nice hug. A nice little kind of massage of that lower back. If you like, you can lift the belly in and up and lift that head off the mat, kind of lifting the lower back as well, taking a breath. If this feels good, if not, keep the head down. One more breath here. And then slow, bring the feet back down to the earth. And then from here, this is where those props come in. So those blankets or those towels, kind of creating a bolster if you don't have one. And we're going to slide a blanket quite thick, a couple inches, maybe 4 to 5, and then slide that underneath your lower back, right? But that sacrum area, not the curve, not the lumbar spine, but at the base of the spine. Oh, it feels so good. Especially at the end of the day, just to kind of get that supported bridge pose. This cat is upside down as well. And just let it go. Again, take your breath. And just notice how that feels as you take your mind into your body and down into the lower back. 2 more breaths here. Just make sure I have time. 1 more breath. Perfect. And then from here, please, you can stay right here if it feels good. You can even bring the soles of the feet together and come into Baddha Konasana. I would encourage maybe sliding blocks under the knees. Or you might take these knees in towards the chest and extend the legs long. Just shimmy around a little bit. Let yourself go here. So these legs long, this support underneath you should make this easeful because there's like a natural tilt of that pelvis that's being supported, so then the legs don't feel so strained. And just pause. Yeah, just let the knees soften. And just let the blood flow through your body. And revisit that breath, maybe returning to that pranayama, that ocean's breath, Jayu pranayama. And just feel that as you breathe here, in and out. And you might find you stay there for your practice, right? You might find that feels so good that you stay with your legs lifting to the sky. You might begin to bring the knees into your chest and then down to the earth. Up to you. When you're ready, just slowly, you might slide that towel or blanket or bolster out from underneath you. Gentle rock. And then take these legs long to the far corners of your mat. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale out through the mouth and let go. And just take in that practice, that shavasana, that space where there's just stillness and calm and ease. Breathing here. Feel the space with the inhales and the exhales, that earth beneath you, that power of your practice, the effort of your practice. Just let it be. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. And just stay here a little bit longer. And you can stay there even longer if you like. You might begin to reach the legs long, the arms long, coming into this lovely juicy stretch. Up to you. Again, your practice. I think I'm just cut it short on this live Facebook. So again, stay longer if you like. And then begin to roll to your side. Pausing there into that space of gratitude, of thanks. And then begin to lift yourself up, finding your seat. And then bringing the palms together at your heart center. And just bowing into that space within you. To honor that space. Inhales and exhales. Space where the light resides. And take a nice inhale. Just lift that head. Sigh out through the mouth as you exhale. And as we bow to the light within me, within you. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. I hope you enjoyed the practice, whether you're doing it now or later or next week. I'm really appreciative of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. There's class tomorrow, 10:30 slow flow, 12 o'clock chair yoga, and that's it for now.